It was something different, I guess, for people, and also for all of us. We've been in, probably together, we've been in over 100 bands, I'm sure. You know, we've all been in a lot of different groups, and we've been playing a while, and so you finally reach that point where the formula is right. I guess the chemistry between the band members and between the audience starts to click. The end point is, because we really have reached a level of success where we have a lot of things that I guess we used to dream about in terms of just being able to do our show and work at this full time and have people that work with us. But there's always that next step, and I mean, I think we're working harder now than we ever did. We're putting in more hours, and we're kind of more driven to making the music better. So I don't know when that stops for a band. I know for us it hasn't, you know, hit that at all.
It's funny, it goes in a big circle. You know, because when you're a kid and you're working hard, writing songs and learning how to play your instrument, and you dream about playing at the Spectrum. And we played the Spectrum, and, you know, now the thing that really gets us off right now is writing songs and playing our instruments. You know, and I think ultimately that's the thing that will lead you to success, and that's ultimately the thing that really is the success. The work is its own reward.
What made you decide to tour Europe and then Japan?
I had nothing. Actually, that's something that's planned with management and an agency, and you know, I'm sure the record has a lot to do with it. You know, promoting that. I was really excited to go to Europe. My family, all my relatives live in Finland, so the first place we went to was Helsinki, which was incredible.
Where David is God.
Yeah. It's a small country, so I mean. I think in the paper they called the band David and the Hooters. I mean, but it was really nice, like to have the opportunity to, like all my relatives came out and everybody kind of looks like me. Our manager was with us and he kept on saying that. But we went all over Europe and it was fantastic because as a kid we would go back to Finland, but I never had an opportunity to go to Germany or Holland or England, places like that.
You know, what was going through your mind during that whole initiation period?
To tell you the truth, the first couple weeks of touring was a real challenge because I was basically learning the material, and I was still trying to figure out, okay, what's this? Let me get this to. I mean, I was always a fan, so I had albums and things at home, but I was not on automatic pilot yet, and my first 2 weeks was just making sure I had the show nailed down before I could start. I mean, you know, seeing that the crowds were different than American. I couldn't really tell at that point. But basically, by the end of the tour, I felt a little looser and had a good time. It was great.
All right, let's talk about what's next for the band.
What's next? We've been working on an album, believe it or not. It's funny because some people even thought the band has gone into some hiatus or permanent hibernation. One thing we did do is record most of the album in Philadelphia, which we hadn't done since the Amore record, which was the first independent album that we did. And we thought we wanted to get a little more rootsy feel, and we felt that the facilities in Philly were good enough, and we had a lot of fun doing it that way, so we kind of kept it local, and I think that gave us kind of opened up some new doors on how to approach it, so that was good.
Look for their new album by the Hooters later this summer, and also an album by this cool cat, Richard Bush. The days with the A's are behind him, but he is so hot with his new band, The Candles. Hi, DeBella here, and 93.3 WMMR is presenting The Who at Veterans Stadium July 9th and 10th. And you can go on tour with The Who. You can see The Who in New York at the Tommy Show at Radio City Music Hall, in Washington, D.C., in Montreal, right here in Philadelphia, and at Giant Stadium. Tune to 93.3 WMMR and get all of the details on how to go on tour with The Who and get front row tickets to the show. 93.3 WMMR, Philadelphia's concert authority and the home of rock and roll.
It's slime time.
All down to the tune. Right now, we just want to play a lot, get as good as we can be. I think we have the potential to be real good. I think we'll be like phenomenal by the end of the summer. All we want to do is like be the best we can be.
The Candles will be an important band. They'll be the important band from Philadelphia.
When I bought our first phone system, the sales guy swore it was just what we needed. 3 years later, we outgrow it. Buy another one. Well, the company expands. We buy another hot new system. I try to put out fires, and I just end up fueling them.
The Bell Atlantic Intelligent Network can offer you an IQ phone system so flexible it can grow as fast as your business. But we can't help you unless you call 1-800-444-8838.
Do you buy records, tapes, and CDs?
Well, nobody gives them to me.
Why would you shop at one place above another?
I don't know. Good prices, lots of titles.
What if I told you there's one place with over 100 locations, millions of titles, and everything from Bach to Guns N' Roses?
Bach.
How about low prices?
That could convince me. Who is it?
Wall-to-wall sound and video.
Hey, I knew that. That's where I go.
Excellent.
Excellent.
To the man whose friendship knows no boundary. To men of dignity, courage, and valor. To everyday heroes everywhere. We offer our best. A beer smooth enough to be called a Miller.
There you have it. 4 perspectives on rock and roll, each band believing in their own sound, while knowing it's more than raw talent that helps grab the ring. From the fresh determination we see in Richard Bush's eyes to the genuine excitement of Heaven's Edge, from the freewheeling talents of Dynagroove to the international appeal of the Hooters, there's more than a few music lessons behind all of these success stories. We hope you enjoyed Making It in Philadelphia, our first in a series of PHL 17's look at local rock and roll. Join us August 4th. Mark it down for another behind-the-scenes look at your favorite Philly rockers. I'm John DeBella. Thanks for being with us. And as for the bongos, deo, lo, deo. Daylight come and they want to go home.
Making It in Philadelphia has been brought to you by 93.3 WMMR. 21 years as the home of rock and roll in Philadelphia. Pizza Hut. Making it great. Wall-to-wall sound and video, the leader in home entertainment. Sports Talk, the hottest new player in baseball. And by Barnes, the root beer with bite.